get them. Those other mics right there, I completely forgot. And they're ambassadors, so they get to hold mics. Amy, you should not have been holding that mic earlier. I don't know where you are, but don't tell anybody. So, this is a real special privilege.
Yes.
Now, just so y'all know, all these ambassadors got to decide what they wanted to do today, and everybody got to, share from their hearts. And Debbie's favorite thing always, whenever I ask you what you want to share about, is she's always wanting to share this special thing we have our hands on. And if people knew where we came from and where we're headed, and I thought, wow, that's perfect. Can I interview you on stage? And they were so gracious, and they said yes. So, Dave and Debbie, tell us a little bit about your background prior to It Works, and why on earth did you do this crazy rap thing with me, someone who had nobody else on their team, who had no idea what they were doing? Y'all must have been crazy.
We were crazy. Best thing we ever did. My background was in real estate. We have 3 kids that were all in sports at the time. Dave, I did the books for his business, and super, super busy. We ran into Markin City Pentecost at a poolside little chat, and we'd been praying for Dave to find something else for his career pattern, and it just kind of started from there.
Yeah, and as Debbie said, I had a business. I was in direct sales for 18 years and gave the ability for Debbie to stay home at that time. But I missed out on a lot of the fun stuff with the kids at night, spending dinner time with them, putting the kids to bed, homework, that type of thing. And we really were searching and praying for something different for me, actually, to come across our plate. And you probably heard of the thing: if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you get. And that's what we kind of thought. We were on like somebody mentioned before, that hamster wheel. We're doing okay, but we knew we wanted more. We were kind of in some ways living paycheck to paycheck because we weren't in a position to be putting that money away.
So how were you guys introduced to this crazy rap thing? Because you were praying for something for you, and this got packaged a little differently, didn't it?
Sure did.
Well, we sat, like I said, next to Mark and Cindy, and they told us about this rap that makes you skinny, and I went, what? And it was one key word one key sentence that Mark said. He says, "Do it one day a week," and do you have a plan B? And we did not.
Yeah, we didn't have a plan B. We were searching for that special something in our lives. We knew we had something inside of us that, we felt would be able to, bless other people and again, help us reach our dreams too. And the thing about it is, we all know, we love that particular quote: if you help enough other people get what they want, you'll get what you want too. And that's one of the things that we truly, truly, truly love about It Works.
So you're doing real estate, just excited to get your hands on this crazy rap thing. And I think that, we didn't know the real estate market was going to crash like it did. And we were just having so much fun. Y'all, we were signing a lot of people up, but we didn't really know what we were doing. We were just having a lot of fun. Is anybody having fun with this business? I have a girl on my team who got on a Voxer message. For those of you who don't know, it's like a walkie-talkie app. And she said this week, she goes, "I'm not where I want to be yet. When anybody asks me about this business and how it's doing, I tell them my business is going great and I'm having so much fun. No matter who asks me, when they ask me, no matter where I'm at in my business, it's all about attitude." And when I think about Dave and Debbie Sasek, I think about fun, friends, and all the freedom that not only you've been able to have for yourselves, but for the people that are on this journey with you. And y'all are always the ones with a positive attitude. And you wrote that quote, "Your journey is your journey." Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, while we were getting involved with It Works, I was full-time in real estate. Hang out with Cammy Dempsey, you're going to have fun in that. And Mark we were on a beach in the Bahamas, first family vacation. We were able to, through It Works, be able to put 2 of our kids into a wonderful school system over in the island school over in the Bahamas. And we were on this beach realizing what the words residual income meant. Because if I didn't sell a house, I didn't have a check. If he wasn't in sales and we didn't have a commission. We were on that vacation and our check was growing. So that whole residual income light bulb went off. But, we went through tough times. We had both of our careers, our income totally shut down when the real estate market tanked. And Dave and I just made a choice that, times were tough, but we knew we could do it. And it wasn't if, it was just when.
So, we talked a little bit about some things you wanted to share and help them see where we came from. So tell them what it used to be like when you'd come get your product. Because it didn't always just ship to your mailbox.
That's right. Do we have that picture? We have a picture. I just was driving down 44th Street in Grand Rapids just recently and ran across the old office. And when I first started there was like 4 people working in the office. And I used to go to a 3-drawer filing cabinet and pick out my products on the honor system. And just say hi to Mark, hi Cindy. You know, there's like 4 people in the office.
And then, you know, I want you to kind of get a feel for what she just said, okay? Because corporate, again, was about 10 minutes from our house where Mark started the business. And she drove down, she would call in her order, somebody would take it over the phone, she would drive down. If somebody wasn't at the front desk, you know, she'd walk by the front desk, the receptionist desk, wave to maybe, you know, Cindy or Krista or somebody, and then she'd walk down the hallway to a filing cabinet where the orders were. And she'd open up a filing cabinet, pick up her order that she just called in about a half hour before, walk out. If nobody was at the desk, she'd just sign out a little honor thing and picked up my order and be on her way. Look at where we are now, guys. I mean, it's incredible.
And that picture there on the left was Cammie and I recreated our first catalog. Because there wasn't.
So when you guys tell us you can't do it, we're like, why? Because I mean, neither one of us should have no business being in computers. We are just it's just not even funny, but we did it. And it's because of what we have our hands on. It's because of this crazy red thing. So knowing there's over 1,000 people here today, what are a couple things you want to leave them with?
I would say, you know, kudos for you guys for getting here. Especially, you know, anybody that was on the road, you took time out of your schedule to be here. And, you know, there's awesome tips you're going to find today, awesome training, but the most important tip is what you do when you leave.
Put it into action. Less talk, more action, right?
That's right. And, you know, I would say this too, is that, you know, what It Works has really been to us, Debbie and I know a lot for you too, and I like to say it's an awesome personal development program because we're always getting better if we just stick with it. And you be a student of this business, a student of It Works, and find out what you can get better at. It's an awesome personal development program, but tied to it, everybody, it's just an incredible compensation plan. We saw the stories about all the diamonds up here. What they were doing when they started, what they are doing now, is $10,000 bonuses, and that's what I love about It Works, and it's the vision that Mark has set for the company and where it's going to go, because Mark's not messing around, and you can feel it when you hear what he's saying, because when he talks about, well, you think about, first of all, when they moved corporate down to Bradenton, I think there were 20-plus families that pulled up and moved down to Florida with them. Think about that. 20 families that moved with the corporation. And then you hear about him hiring, surrounding himself with the people that he has, like Don Klein. Well, Don Klein was his CPA here, or in Grand Rapids. And then we found out here at the last dash is that he hired his personal banker of over 20-plus years from Huntington Banks. He picked up, moved his family, quit his career with the banking industry that he was very successful at, and now he's the director of operations at corporate down in Palmetto. And then you think about all these different things, and then Yanni, you know, they keep telling us about all these incredible things. If you only knew. Well, they've been setting the stage with the foundation of growth for the future for this company. And again, Cammie, it's like what you said, we're just getting started, aren't we?
Oh my gosh. And you know, to have a president of international, that's legitimate. Like, this is not just, we're not joking around anymore. We're going to be officially in Canada, Canadian currency by the end of this year. Same with Australia. We have somebody in charge of international expansion, a president of international expansion. And it's going to get crazy. We don't really even know what we have our hands on. Heaven forbid, we made that stinking, you know, if we would have really known, we probably would have tried to hire someone to make it look a little better, you know. We just were out there excited about a product. So, where do you see this going? I mean, obviously they're comparing us to Google. You were at the old building, and that's the new building. They're comparing us to Google. We just got an award for over 1,000% growth in 3 years with the Inc. 500.
Yeah!
I mean, it doesn't matter how you feel. These are the facts, you know? This is legitimately happening. It's whether you're going to get on board or not. So where do you see this going, David, Debbie? You've been a part of our history. and you're part of our present, and you're definitely going to be a big part of our future. So,
you know, while we were growing with It Works, you know, when we started, we didn't have the proof of any of the, I mean, little proof of the product, little proof of the income potential. So now you guys have all that in your hands. You have all the tools. It's the sweet spot. The sweet spot before It Works is just going to take off, and just take advantage of it.
And it's going to grow. I'll tell you what, it's going to grow. It's going to grow as high as you want it to grow. As far as you want to go with this, you have that. And the thing about, another thing I really took away from Dash is everybody's got these fears and things that are holding you all back. But the thing about it is that you can't overcome them, and just believe in the company, commit, and take massive action.
Massive action, I like that. So we're gonna talk to you a little bit more at the final panel. I want to thank you for being on here. Number one, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I couldn't be Cammie Dempsey without Debbie Sasek.
If she starts to get crying, we're going in trouble.